heartfelt gratitude to our respected chairperson, Dr. Shubhada Joshi, former professor and head, Department of Philosophy, University of Mumbai, for graciously accepting our invitation. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Rameshwar Kanse ji. I very heartily give a warm welcome to Professor Dr. Sushim Dubey ji.
Madam, my humble pranam to you.
And we are very eager to listen to your very scholarly discourse on Swami Vivekananda, the revitalist of Vedanta and Indian spirituality. So, Professor Dubey, I request you to please begin with your discourse. Professor Dubey.
Thank you, madam. We have with us Mr. Sudhir Karle for anchoring this session. Sudhir Karle,
Okay.
Mr. Sudhir Karle,
Yes.
Okay.
over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Kanse sir.
Yeah, thank you,
So-
Professor Karle, for taking this responsibility.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Without taking much time, I would call upon the virtual dais, Dr. Supriya Sangvikar, ma'am, Assistant Professor English, Institute of Indian and Foreign Languages, MGM University, to please introduce our speaker of today's session, Dr. Supriya Sangvikar, madam. Over to you, please.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Today's our topic for webinar is Swami Vivekananda, the revivalist of Vedanta and Indian spirituality. He was a key figure in the reviving Vedanta and Indian philosophy, both in India and on the global stage also. Today, we have esteemed guests with us. I welcome Dr. Shubhim Dubey, sir. Dr. Shubhim, sorry for pronunciation, Dr. Sushim Dubey is working as professor, Department of Philosophy, Nava Nalanda Mahavira, deemed to be University, Ministry of Culture, Government of India at Nalanda, Bihar. Prior to that, he was worked as a program officer in the Indian Council of Philosophical Research, Ministry of Education, Government of India, New Delhi. He is expertise in philosophy and yoga and research also. He taught in Patanjali Yogapeeth, Haridwar, Yoga Center, Rani Durgavati University, Jabalpur, Moraji Desai National Institute of Yoga, under the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, New Delhi, and Government Autonomous MAC College, Jabalpur. Dr. Dubey has received his MA and PhD in philosophy, PG diploma in yoga and meditation. He has been recipient of university 3 gold medals, 3 national fellowships. He has, for his credit, publication of 14 books, 41 research papers, 10 radio talks on yoga, and 1 television broadcast on Surya Namaskar to HSET. He has delivered around 60 invited talks and resource person, chair, speaker in national and international programs, and also has spoken on different capacities in around 115 online programs. His significant academic research contributions include 5-volume series, 4 survey on study and research in philosophy in India, published by ICPR in 2017, a 3-volume series of philosophy and value published from DK Print World, 6 books on yoga published from MLBD DK Print World, New Delhi, online work, Conscious Encyclopedia of Yoga, chanting of entire Patanjali, Yoga Sutra, Harsha Yoga, Pratipika, etc. He is editor of Sri Nalanda Bilingual Journal of Nava Nalanda Mahavihara, Nalanda. Dr. Dubey has received Best Book Award on his book Kautilya Arthashastra from ABDP. Honors certificates from MDNIY, New Delhi. He has been figured in India Today National Magazine in 2008. He has been member of Academic Council, Patanjali University, Haridwar in 2007. Expert member committee meeting, e-sources of Sanskrit text, Rashtriya Sanskrit Sansthan in 2009. Member Reviving Meeting, Course and Text Development. Ancient Science, Indian Origin, NIOS in 2008. Member Committee, Implementation of Yoga, Gita and Moral Education in State Government of Haryana State in 2015. Member Academic Committee, MDNIY 2006. Member Committee to prepare Class 1 to 12 Yoga syllabus and textbooks at Patanjali Yogapit. He also member Technical Committee ICHR, MHRD, Government of India, New Delhi. Expert member Yoga, TKDL, CSIR and Ministry of Ayush, Government of India in 2019. Advisory member, Faculty of Health and Wellness, Shri Shri University, Cuttack in 2020. Member, Academic Council, Nava Nalanda, Mahavihar, Ministry of Culture, Government of India, Nalanda 2020. And NPA, Ministry of Education, Yoga 2020. Member, Committee Ordinance of PG Diploma in Yoga Therapy, BN Mandal, University, Madhepur, Bihar. Member, Joint Committee, Haryana, Yoga, Department of Health and Family Welfare and Ayush, Government of Haryana and SCERT, Haryana to implement yoga as a compulsory subject from class 1st to 12th in 2021. So today we have a very distinguished personality with us. So once again I welcome Dr. Dubey sir for this webinar. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity for introduction of sirs. Thank you, Sudhir sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sangvikar ma'am, to introduce our eminent speaker for today's session. Thank you so much. Extremely sorry, I just directly jumped to the introduction to the speaker. Before that, I would like to call upon the virtual dais, Professor Dr. John Chelladurai sir, our great inspiration, Dean FIDS, MGM University, to please deliver the welcome address for today's session. Dr. John Chelladurai sir.
Greetings. Am I audible?
You are loud and clear, sir.
Oh, yes. Greetings, respected Chair, Professor Dr. Shubhada Joshi ji, guest speaker today, Dr. Sushim Dubey, respected professors, fellow seekers, dear friends, colleagues, greetings to all of you. MGM University has been striving hard to bring the philosophical insight as a foundational knowledge of all the students who come into this campus. And with that purpose, this department of philosophy was introduced recently. And uh, we have been trying to bring the spirit of science, the spirit of philosophy, the love for knowledge in the right sense of the term among the students through a number of small programs, including open elective subject, 2 credit courses, CC programs, and informal interactive sessions like that. We also offer a master's program and a research facility in philosophy. One of the initiatives is this webinar series. We thought that the vast world of philosophy should be introduced to the new generation. And with that purpose, this webinar series called Philosopher's World was initiated. This is being the 10th. We are very glad that quite a few learned scholars, pioneers in the realm of philosophy in this land, associated with us, spoke to the new generation through this platform. And every time we introduce a philosopher and the salient contribution of the philosopher, thereby trying to build a comprehensive understanding. And this day we have yet another very important theme, that is Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda requires not one webinar, we require a webinar series independently on Swami Vivekananda. So much of newness he brought into Indian spirituality. However, as we said, it is an introductory initiative, webinar series. This webinar series is essentially to introduce, so that once evoked, people will be exploring more on the particular philosopher and the teaching. With that purpose, we have invited, allocated one session. There is no greater person to speak within our circle than Professor Sushi. We are very, very glad that you have agreed. Looking forward to listen to you, how Swami Vivekananda's Advaita Vedanta inspired the world, his initiative, his effort to bring spirituality a domain of common men and women, or how he made effort to bring common men and women to the domain of spirituality. It was quite interesting. We would like to listen to you. And looking forward to you, Professor. Thank you very much. Welcome to all of you.
Thank you so much, Professor Dr. John Challadurai sir. Thank you so much. Your words always inspires us to do such work and continue kind of this kind of sessions ahead for everyone. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to call upon the dais, Professor Dr. Sushim Dubey sir, to please deliver his thoughts on today's topic. Dr. Dubey sir, please.
Thank you so much, Carleji. And this program where we are going to discuss on the spirituality, Vedanta, revival of this by our highest personality that we refer to in Indian tradition, not only here but abroad also. That is very pious, very honorable. Our all tribute to him with full respect, Swami Vivekananda ji. And this is my humble submission that I have opportunity to speak on this matter. With this, I am now opening with one invocation from the Veda, Yajurveda, that is also in Svetashvatar Upanishad. It says like, Vedahametam purusham mahantam adityavarnam tamasah parastat tamev viditva atimrutyumeti nanyah pantha vidyate ayanaya. With this invocation, where the vidya, where there is no other path to get the liberation, with this invocation, the essence of the Vedanta or spirituality, I make my very humble pranam to Madam Shubda Joshi ji, very respectable, and all the dignitaries who have joined there, of course, the Dean, Cheladurai ji, and of course, Dr. Kanse ji for inviting, and to the university authority and all concerned who are making this webinar, this program, and all our distinguished participants, academicians who are joining here, and I make all my pranam to all of them. Now I give a small presentation on this so that we can have some sharing. Please allow me to make for presentation sharing. Who is controlling the?
Sure, sir.
I have sent the request.
Okay, can you please send it again, sir?
Yes.
You can present it from your side as well. We have made you co-host.
Yes, I think now screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, Swami Vivekananda ji, the revivalist of Vedanta and in his spirituality. The place Nalanda, our invocation and submission to the ancient university, the famous learning center, and now we are moving here with Swami Vivekananda ji. Vedanta and spirituality. We are aware that the very famous, very recognized, well-acclaimed, and all-known, these photographs are quite visible. Swamiji is there in Chicago, sometimes in September 1893. And the very photograph that we do see, Bharatiya Yuva Divas, that is there. What Swamiji has written on this photograph is also visible. One infinite, pure, and holy, beyond thought, beyond qualities, I bow down to thee. This is the message, eternal message of Vedanta, Brahman, uniformity of all realities. This is what Swamiji's inner core of heart is expressed along with his signature. When he moved from India for World Religious Parliament, sometimes in May or June, that is in the summer session of India in 1893, towards the Vancouver and there to the Chicago, he was given only 2 minutes time to speak on the perspective that he was bringing about the Indian religion or Hindu religion or from the Indian spirituality side. What he spoke on and what he began with. He said, "Sisters and brothers of America," and with these words, he received a standing ovation, and his speech became a landmark event, introducing Hinduism to the Western world and advocating for religious tolerance and universal acceptance. Swamiji's quotation, Swamiji's inspiration, Swamiji's invitation, Swamiji's all words, they are touching the heart. They are moving the lots of hundreds and thousands of yuvas, not only in our country, but abroad also. He, after the World Parliament of Religion, he also went to the Harvard for giving the lecture in similarly in 1893. He also moved to other several places. He established Vedanta Society also in the United States at that time. Yes, we can. This is what is the message of Swamiji's. We can, and yes, we will do. This how it is fulfilling entire generations that has passed reading the various lectures, various small books that got published during his own time and onward after the death also. Swami Vivekananda, who is at the World Parliament of Religion, introduced the audience to the core principle of Hinduism or Sanatan tradition, emphasizing universal tolerance, religious harmony, and underlying unity of all faiths, which we have just seen that photographs bears the writing. That is one infinite, pure and holy, beyond thought, beyond qualities. I bow down. That is the submerging to the one reality, that is the Brahman. Swamiji resonated deeply with Western audiences who found in Vedanta a spiritual philosophy that offered a refreshing alternative to the prevailing materialistic culture. As we see, an American newspaper described him as an orator by divine right and undoubtedly the greatest figure at the parliament. I have the distinction of being a religious philosopher who has taught the world tolerance and recognition of all religions. The greatest religion is to be true to your own nature, that is to the self, Atman. Have faith in yourself. This is just what the other religious culture have shown, that faith in their own religion, their own domain of religious boundaries, whereas Swamiji has established or propagated, have faith in yourselves. That is the Atman, which is all pervading, which is everywhere, which is with every being. This is the message of Vedanta. This is the essence of Vedanta that the Swamiji has given to all humanity. And with this, as we have been reading, as I recall in my earlier days while going to the colleges, it was the Karma Yoga sometimes back, days back, in sometimes in 1992, like that, used to visit to the town hall at Jabalpur, which was the municipal corporation town hall library. There, finding a very small number of pages books like Karma Yoga, like Jnana Yoga, like Bhakti Yoga, and the inspirations of words, the message of Vedanta that is explicated in simple but very emphatic, very strong, inviting terminology that is presenting the spirituality in a very young age. These all works made a kind of, I am just not telling the story or happening with me, but with all people who are in the young generation. They come across with these writings of Swamiji's and they are fascinated by these, to the Indian spirituality, to the yoga, to the Vedanta. And this is happening over the period of the year over the generations, these works of the Swamijis are influencing, changing, shaping, and propagating the message of Vedanta to the generations, not only here in our Bharat, but abroad also. The work of Swamiji on Raj Yoga, which is essentially is the commentary, his own explication and explanation of Rishi Patanjali Yoga Sutra, of all these chapters, four padas, that is the Samadhi path, Sadhana path, Vibhuti path, and Kaivalya path. That is the explanation, and by this only that we do see here, this Raj Yoga. First time, as we can say, the yoga was introduced to the Western world. And the Western understanding of the yoga was largely since then influenced what Swamiji has written and told about the yoga in the Western countries. These books already came when he was giving his lectures. He was moving from United States to the Europe, to the France, to the London, to other place, and delivering various lectures on Vedanta, on spirituality, on Hinduism, and establishing what we know, that is the universal oneness of human being or self or Atman, that is the eternal message of India to the all the humanity. Each soul, Swamiji has advocated and established, and people are also with this recognition, with this confidence that each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature, external and internal. Do this either by work or worship or mental discipline or philosophy, by one or more or all of these, and be free. This is the whole of religion. Doctrines or dogmas or rituals or books or temples or forms are but secondary details. So therefore, we come to the various paths for realization. That is the karma yoga path, the Raj yoga path, that is the Patanjali yoga path, or the yoga path, or the Jnana yoga path by the process of knowledge. Or it is not actually the knowledge, it is the realization of the self. It is the bhakti, the path of devotion, where the ones attain the uniformity, nearness, and submerging into the divinity. We have various other messages of the Swamiji, where he has given the message of universal brotherhood in the terms of communality, that is the Atman, with all pervading all Jeev, all existing being. This is what his message was to the world. Swami Vivekananda, as a revivalist of the Vedanta and spirituality, is widely regarded as pivotal figure in the revival of Vedanta and Indian spirituality internationally, as well as we have here. He established Vedanta Society, and sometimes in 1897, the Ramakrishna Mission. Ramakrishna Mission as his own master, his own teacher, of which the Swamiji was disciple. He carried the message of the Guru to all the humanity. And Ramakrishna Mission since then is still working for upliftment of the by his own works, like education sector, in the hospital sector, in the service sector. That is an exemplary his services to the nation and abroad also. Swamiji's reinterpreting Vedanta for modern times brought ancient Vedantic principles traditionally confined to scholarly or monastic circle into the modern era, making them accessible and relevant to a broader audience. as this is the Mahatma Gandhi University. Mahatma Gandhi, Sri Aurobindo also regarded Swamiji as the great revival of the Indian spirituality. Gandhiji has also said that Swami Vivekananda has brought the Indian spirituality from what was getting the dead wood to the whole in the practical form and applied ways. Swamiji's message is well depicted by his that if India dies, then its place will reign the duality of lust and luxury. This is what is the message Swamiji has given and resonated there, as the India is the motherland of all civilization. This is how it comes in his speech there in 1893. All souls are coming to the India for accounting their own karmas. This I read sometimes way back in 1993 when I was in graduation, and my English book has address of Swami Vivekananda as a chapter there. I thank you in the name of the mother of religions, and I thank you the names of millions and millions of Hindu people of all classes and sects. This is what, as a monk, as a Hindu monk, as a Sanatan tradition, that Swamiji's message is resonating. Most commonly, we have the National Youth Day. We are celebrating in the month of January. Now, as we see, National Youth Day inspires young individuals to Swami Vivekananda's message and carry forward the Vedantic, the Indianness, the Bharatiya Sanatan Dharma, its own self, which is telling about the core principles like benevolence, like Sarva Bhuta Hita Rat, like Vishwa Bandhutva. This is emanating from inside when one is finding with his own way of meditation, with his own way of bhakti marg, with his own way of gyan marg, or with his own way of nishkam karma marg, or through the karma yoga, or by becoming the karma yogi. When the unity of all, when the purity of inside and harmony from the outside is revealed, therefore this Vishwa Bandhuta, therefore the Sarvabhuta Hitarat, therefore the spirit to work for those who are poor, those who are deprived, those who are in the state of ignorance, that we can say. A spirit, a emotion to serve them. This is what Swamiji's Ramakrishna Mission's establishment that we can see behind it, its motivation, its working, its submission to the society. The very reason for nature's existence is for education of the soul. Swamiji, as when he has gone to the Western world, he saw the very much this materialistic, their progress, the glittering. And when at the British rule of the India, where the people here were in a state where they were in a state of poverty, where they were deprived of their various, what we can say, their rights, their progress, their upgradations in their life, their achievement materialistically. He wanted to, or he came up with that technology and science of the Western world to be added, to be addendum, to be taken for the progress of, or it can align with the spirituality, with the religion, here in India also for upgradation, for going for the progress. Therefore, from the progress, from the materialistic tendency to the peace, this message was given. Swamiji's, as a monk, he was, after the receiving the energy, as we can say, by the toe of the Ramakrishna Paramhansaji, that the power of initiation, he renounced the world. He became the sannyasi. He went in India also from its breadth to length, sometimes from 1890 to 93. He wandered from various places, heart-shaped penance, and deep Himalayas also for the penance. He came out with a message like that: strength is life, weakness is death, expansion is life, contraction is death, and love is life, hatred is death. This is what the eternal messages of the Swamiji that we see with this various photographs. All knowledge that the world has ever received comes from the mind. The infinite library of the universe is in your own mind. That is our own self, which is the powerhouse of all energies, all realization. What we are, what our thoughts have made us. So take care about what you think. Words are secondary thought. Live, they travel far. This is what the message of various Upanishads. They are telling that manasa, vacha, karmana, these three levels, that is the truth, ahimsa, asteya, aparigraha, brahmacharya, these yam and niyamas are there. Swami Vivekananda is a revivalist of Vedanta and spirituality. He emphasized practical Vedanta, as the Dean, Dr. John G. also invited or asked for expressing for where we are meeting with our common man, how the alleviation of their life with practical Vedanta or spirituality or revival, it could be more attached or associated with and can be found with a practical sense, in an applied sense. Swamiji emphasized for the practical Vedanta, integrating spiritual values into daily life and addressing societal needs like poverty and inequality. He advocated for a synthesis of Eastern spirituality and Western science, believing they could complement each other in humanity's progress. So, what exactly the practical Vedanta, how it can be practiced, and which way, as we have several of our participants, as Dr. Kanse told me that this program has gone to the large number of registration, that is more than 600. And being also in the YouTube, it will be further be seen by the many others. So in what way the practical Vedanta is advocated, in what way here also we can discuss, so that our participants or our distinguished gathering also get benefits of this, that we will discuss. As we know and we say that what exactly the Vedanta is, what is the Veda means, what is the meaning of itself, or signifies the name of the Swamijis as Vivekananda. Just when we start to delve deeper into these words and terms, we will be introducing and we will be knowing more and more the path of realization, that I will tell little later. Let us go proceed. This is how Swamiji is telling: be a hero, always say I have no fear. when it comes, when there is a state that there is no fear, when a person, when a sadhak realizes the oneness of inner and outer world both, when a sadhak realizing that he is, and wherever and whatever he will do, that will have in harmony with the external, with the cosmos, with all. When such kind of harmony in the life is achieved and seen, then there happens to be the no fear. And with this state only, one is going, or only after achieving this state, the state of samadhi or nirvikalpak samadhi is possible, which the Swamiji has also discussed in the Raja Yoga. That is the Patanjali Yoga, his commentary on the Yoga Sutra of Maharishi Patanjali. Why this fear vanishes and how it is vanishing? Once I am telling a simple interpretation of this. Suppose we are all here, and a common that is we are gaining, we want to have with us, that is the currency or economic independency. Suppose I am like the richest person in the world. Then I have no fear of any economic struggle or economic decline. In a similar manner, if I regaining energy, if I increasing my own energy levels, which is meeting inside as well as the energy which is outside, that is the Brahman, inside and both outside. When this energy spheres, energy channels are mingled, are achieved or realized, then the person itself becomes the Sat, Chit and Anand. Sat, Chit, Anand. That is everywhere the truth is there. Consciousness is there. When you have the part of consciousness, some part is missing, some part is panicking, some part is struggling, some part is troubling. You have the vrittis there or chitta vrittis there. And when these vrittis are satisfied, when these vrittis are removed, when these vrittis are nirodha avastha, then it is the entirety of the consciousness. Then there is no fear. Then there is no subject. This is what is the state. This is what is the state of Sat, Chit and Anand. This state of Anand has been discussed in Taittiriya Upanishad, that we will see also in Brahmanandavalli, in Bhraguvalli, where repeatedly the Atma has been described as the Anandamaya Kosh. 5 sheets or 5 koshas in Taittiriya Upanishad. Let us also have for those who are joining other than the philosophy area, although I understand that all of us, we understand the meaning of word Vedanta. The meaning of the word Vedanta is comprising of Upanishad, Srimad Bhagavad Gita and the Brahma Sutra all together. They are recognized or known as the Vedanta or Prasthanatrayi. So in Upanishads, we have a continuous tone, a continuous discussions on Atman, Brahman, realization of the highest state that can be achieved within this, with this limited our existence to become the limitless. Yatha pinde tatha brahmande. This is that. So this general message, be a hero. Always say, I have no fear, is a simple message which is attaching to each yuva, each young person who is reading, who is getting inspiration, but bringing these simple lines to the deeper Vedantic thoughts and ideas, and the way how it can be done. Later in the life, they are achieved as and when the person growing and delving deeper into the Upanishadic philosophy, practicing of yoga like this. This is how the message of the Swamijis is well reciprocated. Here in the second one, we can see education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. This definition, that is manifestation of the perfection, how the one can be perfect or purna, purnamadaha, purnamidam, purnat purnamuchyate, purnasya purnamadaya purnameva avashishyate. This is how the end of the invocation at the Upanishads we do see in various traditions. So this perfection, how this perfection can be achieved? Swamiji's recognition, Swamiji's oratory skills, his own way that he is influencing, his nearness, his speech, everything is so impressive, so changing, and so realizing the level of energy, the level of tapasya, that in the very small span of from the world religious parliament in 1893 to 902, that is in a span of around less than 10 years, he covered all the continents in a sense that Americas and Europe's mainly. He has also in length and breadth of Indian eastern part, southern parts, and well received. Such energy level, such a realization, such a core practices, such a propagation, and such a overall that we are recognizing him. Nationalism, Bharatiyata, as we have seen, he is saying motherland of all religion, all places. He's establishing, he's telling, have faith in yourself. That is what Vedanta is teaching. So the education is manifestation of the perfection, means we are Atman. This is what is the Vedanta. I am Atma Brahman. Tattva tat tvam eva asi. This is what is the Prajnanam Brahman. So the basic entity, or in reality what we are and where can we up to our own potentiality is what he's igniting, he's inviting, and he's giving the path not only to the reader who is reading and feeling that he is moving upward. The one is moving upward with the words of Swamiji's, which are representing in a very small books of Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raj Yoga, his speeches at the Vedanta Society, his Bengali works, his description of India at that time, his spirit to change and bring to the change in the nations, to the bhagya of all Bharatiya, their upliftment. This is what is the Swamijis recognize as the world great spiritual leader and change that he has made. So associating and editing and adding this education as the manifestation of the perfection, inviting all to go deeper, what they are doing, what they are learning, and what they are becoming, to raise themselves up, to raise their spirit, to raise their energy levels, and to reach up to the level of Atman. This is what the Swamiji's simple four-liner message connect the people with the Vedanta, and gradually they are imbibing, gradually they are realizing when they are following the path, as he himself is telling, and also the scriptures are telling, kriya eva karyam. That is, once the person is doing the action, then only the karya, means performance will be achieved and will become. Believe in yourself, and the world will be at your feet. This is fulfilling and thrilling message of the Swamiji's to all the young people, to all those who are losing their faith, their own confidence. Believe in yourself. You are the Atman. You are to become the perfect. All power is within you and can do anything and everything. This is what Swamiji is telling. And he is bringing hope to all, to his eternal message of Vedanta, where all people are getting attracted towards reading the Upanishads, the message of Upanishads, the practice of Upanishads, coming near to the Guru, finding the Guru like Swami Ramakrishna Paramhansi. As we have been listening that he used to tell, I have been given one Vivekananda and this is a change. Give me like such more Vivekanandas, and how much changes, how much message of the Indianness, of the nationalism can be there. So all power is within you, because that Atman, this is what the Vedanta is telling, where the message of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita is coming. Ajar Amar Ayam Atma Nitya Vinashi Adahyoyam Akledyoyam Ashoshya Evacha Najayate Namriyate. This is also in the Kathopanishad. This is also in the Bhagavad Gita, and in the essence form, it is coming in the Brahman Sutra also. In the commentary of the Brahma Sutra by the Sri Adi Shankaracharya, Ath Ato Brahma Jigyasa, how to grow, how to become universal, how to become all Brahman. He is giving the definition of the moksha as idam tu parmarthikam कूटस्थ नित्यम व्योमवत सर्वव्यापी सर्वविक्रिया रहितम नित्य तृप्तम निरवयवम स्वयं ज्योति स्वभावजम यत्र धर्माधर्मौ सहकारेण कालत्रयं च नोपावर्तते तद एतद अशरीरत्वम मोक्षाख्यम. With this, idam tu parmarthikam kutastha nityam vyomavata sarvavyapi sarvavikriya rahitam nitya triptam niravyayam swayam jyoti subhavam. This swayam jyoti, this is the Agni with which the Vedas are beginning. Agni Mide Purohita. This is the Agni that in the Kathopanishad, Nachiketa in his second question asked to the Yamaraj. This is the Agni with which Aditya Varanam Mahantamesham Tame Viditva Nati Mrityumeti Nanya Pantha Vidyate Ayanaya. This is the Hiranyagarbha Shrutra of Yajurved, as well as it is coming into the Svetashvatar Upanishads and other places also resonating there. This is filling. This is what the Swamiji is igniting to all of us. It is Chingari. This is what he is giving. This is what we say as a hope by which a person comes to the Sanatan tradition, to the spirituality, which is in the form of all this pious Agni, this piousness that we say the purity. This is for what in all our Bharatiya Parampara we are igniting lamp, Deep Prajwalan, which represents the piousness, the purity. Jyotirmaya. Tamaso ma Jyotirmaya. Asato ma Sadagamaya. This is the message. And this is the very Agni, as we can correlate nowadays with the science. This represents our basic metabolism, the metabolism of the cell. If we are with proper metabolism, that if we can correlate again with the yoga, with our chakras or Manipur chakras, then all our digestive system, with all our proper body functioning, we are aware. And with this only, the person is able to perform. And by losing this only, as the person become dead, The dead person cannot move his hand, his any activity. It is only when this Agni, when this Sfuling, when this Chingari, when this with this power of fire, eternal fire or consciousness or energy remains in the person. This is how the message of the Vedanta transforms into the science. Hitherto, what we have revealed in the form of energy, in the form of consciousness, where we are talking nowadays in terms of cognitive philosophy, in terms of cognitive psychology also, where we are measuring the power of the brain. This power of the brain, that is what Swamiji is telling, all power is within you. This power of the brain is measured in terms of theta, alpha, beta, and gamma rays. And in which sense we are feeling calmness, and how when we are thinking someone at this place and he is recognizing at the remotest place, when you are simultaneously receiving a call that I was just thinking of you and you have given me a call. This is how the practically we are refinding, we are revealing our own self, that we are connected with our consciousness to the other place, and so far it is not visible, but this is working. This is how we are connected with all that we are known. This is what I have said, that Swamiji's nearness, Swamiji's exposition of spirituality, his way of that in the 2 minutes time at World Parliament, that he has made the change, that he has made realize the people there that this is what is the expansion of the consciousness, expansion of the energy that Swamiji has carried in himself to the world of the message of the Vedanta. What I have just said, as we see here, the greatest truths are the simplest things in the world, simple as your own existence. This is what it is resonated. Our own existence in the form of energy, our own existence in the form of consciousness, because as we know by the science today, through our nervous system, through our nerves, we are giving the electric signals, and we are emanating through the brain waves. This is also a kind of another energy and impacting to the others also. So what is the positivity within us and what is the negativity within us that is impacting inside and outside? This is what the harmony, this is what the oneness that Vedanta or message of the Upanishads is telling. When the person is transcending from one seat to the other seat, when the person is professing or trying to imbibing truth, ahimsa, asteya, aparigraha, and brahmacharya there at the end, means increasing, enhancing, becoming, growing. So I have 45 minutes time, in fact, and the message of the Vedanta by the Swamijis, as I have tried to correlate with modern science also, in our brain waves also, how we can do with the Indian path of the Ashtanga Yoga, Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana and Dhyan Samadhi, Ashtanga Yoga also. In Raj Yoga, that is what Swamiji has said. Vivekananda's message sparked a spiritual awakening in India. He urged Indians to embrace their rich culture and spiritual heritage, also while acknowledging the need to adapt to modern realities, including embracing Western science and technology. These are something more inspiring from Swamiji's. He's telling you have to grow from the inside out, from inner harmony. First achieve the inner harmony. That is the complete health, healing system. Therefore, the Ayurveda is also important to learn. That is our own health. That That is our own all indriyas, our own man, our own buddhi, and Atma. They are all in uniformity, in unison, and prasanna Atma Indriya Mana Swastha Ityabhidhiyate. This swasthata, swayam mein avasthitata, to swajagaran, to swaprapti, or self-realization. This is what is the message that we can correlate. You have to grow from the inside out. None can teach you. None can make you spiritual. There is no other teacher but your own soul. This is what the Yagvalk is telling. Yet Atma Vare, Atma, you need to know the self. It cannot be realized by other ways also. Srotavya, mantavya, nididhyasitavya. Swamiji's message is empowering Indians and revitalizing national pride. He strongly advocated for social reforms, particularly the upliftment of masses and women empowerment. His famous call to action, arise, awake, and stop, not to till the goal is reached, become a rallying cry for self-reliance and national development. This is what, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. This is the majority of our own India or Bharat that we have come across with this message of Swamiji's. It is inspiring, coming from the Kathopanishad. Uttishtat, Jagrat, Prapya Varat Nibodhat, Shurasya Dhara Nishita Duratya, Durgam Pathastat Kavayo Vadant. So this invitation to all, to the arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached, become a rallying cry for self-reliance and national development. This is what the Swamiji has taught to us, and we, recognizing him as a great reformer, as a great leader, as a grace messenger of peace, self-awakening of all human beings, nationally and internationally. With this, I stop the presentation and I come back to all of you, inviting with the common general liner messages to the large peopleate, to the scriptures, to the Upanishadic tradition of Swamiji's, and also moving ahead with Indian spirituality, with national, our pride, to the nations, our submission and upliftment of all as a Bharati Yuva Deshas, to the international brotherhood, with the call of Swamiji as brother and sister of Americas, to the all lands and all time. With my humble namaskar to all, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Dubey sir. Your presentation was incredibly insightful and offered a depth of knowledge that truly resonated with us. We also thank you for sharing your expertise. Your speech was both informative and inspiring too. So thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to open this session for the question and answering. So all participants, I would request you to please unmute yourself and ask your questions to the speaker, so all we can have more depth of knowledge out of it. So one by one, I would request the participant to unmute themselves, or you can put your questions into the chat as well.
हेलो
Yes,
Yes.
please.
दुबे सर जी नमस्ते।
हाँ, नमस्कार गबरी साहब।
जोशी मैडम नमस्ते। आपका लेक्चर बहुत अच्छा था, सुंदर था, बहुत बढ़िया था। मुझे लगा आप हिंदी में बात करेंगे, आप महाराष्ट्र में आए हैं तो मेरा
अब
कोई सवाल
अब
नहीं है।
अब कर लेंगे गबरे साहब हिंदी में, उसमें क्या है।
विवेकानंद जी का बहुत आपने हमें ज्ञान दिया है। बहुत अच्छा लेक्चर आपका हुआ है। लेकिन मैं आपके वजह से नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि आपके तरफ से मैं बोल रहा हूँ, ऐसा समझ लीजिए कि विवेकानंद जी ने कहा है कि आत्मविश्वास और आत्म साक्षात्कार की निर्मित शिक्षक में होना चाहिए। चारित्र्य की निर्मित शिक्षक में होना चाहिए। व्यक्तिमत्व का विकास शिक्षक में होना चाहिए। मानवीय सेवा का विकास शिक्षक में होना चाहिए। वैश्विक बुद्धिमत बुद्धत्व उसने उसने प्रचार करना चाहिए। हमारे जीवन और स्टूडेंट के जीवन में जो व्यवहारिक पहलू जो है उनके ऊपर टीचर ने ध्यान देना चाहिए। नैतिक और आध्यात्मिक विकास के उद्देश्य पर शिक्षक ने ध्यान देना चाहिए। धार्मिक धार्मिक विकास के उद्देश्य में शिक्षक ने लेना चाहिए। लेकिन अभी जो एनएपी चल रही है सर जी, आप एक यूनिवर्सिटी में रहते हो, एचओडी हो, या वहां पे आपके बहुत मैं आपका स्टूडेंट समझिए मुझे। अभी एनएपी और आज की शिक्षक की भूमिका जो विवेकानंद ने जो शिक्षक की भूमिका जो बताई है, मेरा सवाल यही है कि आज की एनईपी और विवेकानंद सर ने जो शिक्षक की भूमिका और विद्यार्थी की भूमिका में जो बताया है, इसमें बहुत बड़ा अंतर है, ऐसा मुझे लग रहा है। आपकी क्या राय है इस बारे में?
राय तो तब हो सकती है जब आप अंतर भी बताएंगे। ये वो बड़ा अंतर क्या है।
उन्होंने बोला है आदर्श शिक्षक चाहिए, बच्चों के ऊपर प्रभाव पड़ना चाहिए, सहानुभूति उनके ऊपर चाहिए, विद्या स्टूडेंट की जो समस्या है, जो अड़चनी है, उनके ऊपर ध्यान देने वाला चाहिए। आदर्श शिक्षक ऐसा होना चाहिए। लेकिन एनईपी में सब सीएज भी आ रहे हैं, तो आदर्श शिक्षक की संकल्पना कहाँ पे रहती है?
देखिए गबरे साहब, अब ये तो बात ये हुई। आ 1 मिनट, रश्मि जी, 1 मिनट। हम थोड़ा सा मूव कर जाएंगे हमारे विषय पर। ही इज अ रिवाइवलिस्ट ऑफ इंडियन वेदांत एंड
यस
इंडियन
यस
स्पिरिचुअलिज्म।
यस यस, डेफिनेटली आई एग्री विथ यू।
मैं केवल इतना ही कहना चाहूंगा, कार्य एव क्रिया एव, सारे ग्रंथों में कहा गया जब तक क्रिया नहीं करेंगे, कार्य नहीं करेंगे, भी हम उसको किसी चीज को प्राप्त नहीं कर पाएंगे। आप जिस ओर की ओर बात निर्देशित कर रहे हैं वो है कि वहां क्रिया नहीं हुई, कार्य नहीं हुआ, अचीवमेंट नहीं हुआ। लेकिन कहा तो गया है, दर्शाया तो गया है, उसके उदाहरण तो हैं। इतना कह करके
हेलो।
मतलब बात को हम अ, अ, एक पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन में ले जाएं तो मुझे लगता है ज्यादा अच्छा। करना हम सबको मिलकर है। हम सबकी जिम्मेदारी सामूहिक है, वैयक्तिक है, दोनों है, राष्ट्रीय भी।
यस।
हेलो।
यस।
Yes, Dr. Manjushri, ma'am.
हेलो।
Yes,
मेरा
you are
आवाज आ
audible. Yes,
यस
you are
थैंक
audible.
यस थैंक यू सर। दुबे सर का जो कुछ अभी निवेदन हुआ है वो बहुत ही अच्छा महत्वपूर्ण रहा है। मुझे एक क्यूरियोसिटी है, और एक्चुअली फिलोसोफर्स वर्ल्ड में हम फिलोसॉफी जो कुछ आइडियोलॉजी है उसके बारे में समझना चाहते हैं, और जो करंट सिचुएशन में हम फिलोसॉफी को डे टू डे लाइफ में प्रैक्टिसेस लाने के लिए क्या प्रयास कर सकते हैं। क्योंकि किसी भी फिलोसॉफी का एम यही होता है कि ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन होना है, सोशल रिफॉर्म होना है। जैसे जो पारंपरिक वेदांता रहा है उसको आगे लेकर रिवाइवलिस्ट जो वेदांता है वो साइंटिफिक थेरी की बात कर रहा है, फिलोसॉफी की बात कर रहा है, राष्ट्रवाद, सोशल रिफॉर्म की बात कर रहा है। मुझे एज एन वीमेन स्टडीज की स्टूडेंट मुझे ये लग रहा है कि ये सभी इसमें वीमेन पार्टिसिपेशन भी इंक्रीज हो रहा है। तो कुछ ऐसे जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स है, संज्ञाएं है, संकल्पनाएं हैं, जो अभी भी हम सिर्फ एक मेल गेज यानी पुरुषों के लिए ही प्रयोग कर रहे हैं क्या? जैसे बंधुत्व की बात होती है, ब्रदरहुड की बात होती है, सिस्टरहुड भी है, लेकिन क्या हम बंधुत्व और ब्रदरहुड और सिस्टरहुड को एक साथ लेकर, जैसे सिबलिंग्सहुड है, वो कॉन्सेप्ट हम इस फिलोसॉफी जो है उसमें ला सकते हैं क्या? दूसरी
मंजूश्री
बात,
जी,
पुरुषार्थ
मंजूश्री जी, स्वामी जी ने
पुरुषार्थ की
ब्रदर्स
बात
एंड
हम
सिस्टर्स
करते
ऑफ
हैं।
अमेरिका कहा, दोनों कहा एक साथ।
पुरुषार्थ जो है तो वीमेन उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन दे रही है, फिर भी पुरुषार्थ ही किया ऐसा ही बोला जाता है। तो ऐसा कुछ नए कॉन्सेप्ट्स हम ला सकते हैं क्या?
नहीं,
बोल
अब
सकते, इसके बारे
हाँ
में
आप,
आप किस
ना
तरह से देखते हैं?
आप अंग्रेजी तो समझ लेते हैं, बिकॉज आई सी somebody फ्रॉम फॉरेन ऑल्सो ज्वाइनिंग.
ओके सर।
So you have said about the Purusharth. If you go just to find out this, because Madam is also with the Purusharth, Madam Joshi ji, I very humbly pay my namaskar to her on this area. This Purusharth doesn't mean the Purush. Actually, this is what that we need to go up to the scripture to find out the real meaning. This Purush is representing the Puri Shete iti Purushaha. And Pur is like Nagpur, Jabalpur, so many pur are there city, and this pur representing our body, deh, which is having the 9 gates. Navadware puri dehe, इस 9 gated body में जो शयन कर रहा है, which is sleeping or unawakened inside to the body, that is purush. And these 9 gates you just count. This is the Sanmukhi Mudra of the yoga, where the sadhak is doing the Bhramari Pranayam in the common parlance that we do see. 6 gates we are closing with this. And these 9 gates you can count with 1 which is urinating, which is 1 which is excreting. So these 9 gates together, when one is closing, then one is going inside, one is reserving his own energy. And when you when you at the reservoir of your energy, when you are recollecting your energy, then you are more changing in a way, like you are changing the shape of an iron. You have to give a energy to it. Once it gains proper temperature up till the threshold, then will start to reform. Its change will shape, and it can take any shape. कुल्हाड़ी भी बन जाएगा, it can become an axe, it can become any rod, it can take anything. In a similar way, when we are re-energizing ourselves, that is what the Vedanta is telling. It is telling one is the powerhouse of all energy. One is having potentiality of energy. And education is a manifestation of the perfection of the man, indicates this inner core. It doesn't say about any discrimination or anything like this. Everybody has got this energy. When I started with the Aditya Varnam, Tamasaha Parastar, this is what is indicating the one which is the metabolism. This is Agni, which is having the spooling or the life itself. So with this Agni, with the increase of our own fire, that we can fire to anyone, in a sense that one person is speaking, behaving, he is imparting change, he is changing the world. As much as one has the fire in his own self, Agni his own self, energy his own self, that is our vibration through our brain, harmony inside and outside. This is what is being envisaged in Vedanta to achieve for. This is how we can, the practical Vedanta will be for all. This is what we are achieving through United Nations, through the UNESCO, and through the sustainable development also, with this harmony. That we say in administration, in other ways, that is the integrity. One has to the man of integrity. What he says that he is doing, he is believing. All the bridges are there. So will be a longer thing. I think Madam will also illuminate this. Anything wish to say, anyone? Otherwise, proceed.
Hello.
Yeah, just a minute, Rashmi ma'am. Mr. Bharat,
Okay.
you have raised your hand. Could you please unmute yourself and ask? We can translate your, I think, language, Korean or Chinese. I just translated in Google Translate. We can see Bharat, your name. You raised your hand. Please unmute yourself and ask the question.
So, can I speak?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
yes.
Yeah, sir. Thank you. I'm a PhD student of Navalanda Mahavihara. I'm also a student of Professor Susin. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful lecture. And this is the first time for me because I'm a Taiwanese. I come from Taiwan. I have been staying in India for about 2 months is only. And this is the first time I have this opportunity to hear the thought and the background of this very distinguished and honorable, I think I should call it guru or something. And when I hear the introduction, the lecture by Professor Susin, I think of what happened about 100 years ago in China. Okay, but because before Taiwan used to be part of China.
उत्तरांध्र प्रदेश से हूँ और करवीर पीठ से पुराण अध्यापक और वेद अध्यापक 800 विद्यार्थियों को आज तक सिखा चुकी हूँ।
जी
जी
आपका सेशन बहुत अच्छी तरह से सुश्रुत काले सर ने पहुंचाया, उनका भी धन्यवाद और सभी आचार्यों का वंदन करती हूँ। नमो नमः।
नमो नमः रश्मि जी।
नमो नमः रश्मि जी, धन्यवाद. Due to time constraint, we have to move to our next thing. Participants, you are interacting with the speaker and you are expressing your curious questions. So we are very happy with that. If anyone has any more questions, they can put your questions into the chat box of our WhatsApp group chat, or you can reach out with the email IDs we have provided. Definitely we will reach out to you. Thank you so much all the participants. Now it is my honor to introduce today's chairperson, Dr. Shubhada Joshi ma'am. Shubhada Joshi ma'am is a former professor and head of the Department of Philosophy, known for her significant contributions to Indian philosophy. Her research interests include Indian philosophy, ethics, metaethics, the Bhakti movement, Saint philosophy, intercultural and interreligious philosophy, and the philosophy of 19th century of Maharashtra. She has held several esteemed academic and administrative positions, including chairperson of the Board of Studies in Logic and Philosophy at the University of Mumbai from 2000 to 2005, and member of the Academic Council, University of Mumbai, year 1991 to 1995, as well as year 2000 to 2005. She served on the Board of Studies in the Philosophy at Nagpur University and MS University, Baroda. From 2002 to 2005, she was nominated to the Research and Project Committee of the Indian Council of Philosophical Research, New Delhi. She also served as a Vice President of the Bombay Philosophical Society. Dr. Joshi is a life member of Bombay Philosophical Society, Maharashtra Tattvajnan Parishad, and the Indian Philosophical Council Congress. Her notable publications include Lokayata, a critical study, India Book Center 1995, Sri Aurobindo and Vedic Interpretations, edited with a co-editor, Somaya Publication 1996, and Buddhism in India and Abroad. This book is co-edited by her. So, with numerous research papers and active participation in national and international conferences, her scholarly work has made a lasting impact on the field of philosophy. So now I would like to call upon the virtual dais Dr. Shubhada Joshi ma'am to deliver the chairperson's address. Dr. Shubhada Joshi ma'am, over to you, please. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for your kind words.
Thank you.
After a long time, somebody is introducing me like this, so I feel happy. Take it just in a light way. Thank you very much, first of all, for inviting Professor Sushim Dubey. And I also congratulate Professor Sushim Dubey for accepting the invitation and delivering a very enlightening address, which touched upon many important points. Contribution of Vivekananda is definitely significant because, as the question answer also touched this particular point, that India was enslaved by the Britishers, and the country, when is enslaved, many times those who are the rulers, they try to show that the culture of the enslaved culture or civilization is of inferior kind. I'm not saying that this was exaggeration. That is because there were so many bad customs which are already mentioned in the question answer session. Now, this was the picture when Swamiji came to speak about the philosophical legacy, and his main aim was to energize the Indian scenarios, not only the youths, but also the masses of India, the men and the women. And this was done by not only giving lectures, but also writing extensively on jnana, karma, bhakti, and reinterpreting the Indian legacy and Indian tradition and Indian philosophy. The universal tolerance which was taught by the Indian philosophical legacy, the inner search of the self, and the teaching that each human person is potentially divine. These three teachings were picked up by Swamiji to address the entire humanity, including the Indian citizens. So that is how he addressed the Europeans, he addressed the Indians, and he said that the message of Upanishads, the message of Bhagavad Gita, the message of Vedas, and the message of Neo Vedanta in pre-independent India basically is for the entire humanity. He provided courage to Indians. And then he said, Uttishtha, Jagrata, Praptyavarag Nibodhata, which is also mentioned by our learned speaker in the Professor Dubeji in his lecture. He mainly wrote about the essence of Indian philosophical legacy, the Upanishads, Sankhya, Yoga, and Vedanta. The Vedanta Society, the Ramakrishna Mission, and the message of Vishwabandhuta or service, the inspiring messages constantly given to youth, and what he again and again said is don't have the slave mentality. Now this again has a universal appeal. Philosophy is to liberate. Whenever there is a problem, that problem is like chaining the thought processes. And philosophy tries to liberate from those chains or shackles. And in that spirit, Swamiji said, and this is again mentioned by Sushimji in his speech, that don't be slave of anything. Don't follow anything blindly. Use reason, action, ask questions, and then act accordingly. Thank you, Professor Sushim Dubeji, for explicitly mentioning it in a very lucid manner. This is because for the youth, this particular message is very, very useful, because we are at times are fascinated by the material progress of the West, and we start questioning our own credentials and our own credibility. And therefore, the message given by Swamiji, which is very strongly highlighted by Sushimji, is very significant. What is very important is that whenever there is illness, this question also was raised. This illness actually is in terms of crisis. And for every society, every time, crisis means some questions or other, they are troubling that particular social scenario. At no time, a human society is free from any such questions which demand answers in terms of revelation, in terms of liberation. That liberation actually means the transformation which comes because of the thought process. So thought process is very important, and therefore learning is important, teaching is important, and that's why Swamiji gave importance to start schools and colleges to disseminate knowledge not only of the Upanishads and the Vedas, but also of science and technology. And it brought transformation. This transformation is very important because it is this transformation which tries to liberate ourselves from the heartening or the disturbing questions of present as crisis. So the significance of philosophy is there forever. And this, our philosophy teachers, I'm sure, will remember with enthusiasm. Will pass it on to the students that philosophy is not a dead subject. Philosophy is there right from the ancient days, right from the rise of humanity, and philosophy will continue so far as the last human person will be there on the earth. That is because there will be always problems of the living. Any civilization, any culture, any period, any time, any country, the problems will be there, and humanity as such will try to find out the solutions. And solutions will not be only in terms of technology and science, but solutions also have to be in terms of values, virtues, good behavior, human approach, and refraining oneself from being a Rakshasa, a demon. Because we human persons are on the threshold. We can either become Rakshasa or we can become the gods, the devas. We are Manushas. So the Manavas can become Danavas or Manavas can become Devas. So the significance of philosophy, and that is what Swami Vivekananda told to the Western civilization, that you might have science and technology, but what is important is that you also should know the main values of humanity, and therefore do not slave humanity anywhere. That was the message which he gave. And that is why for us also, Swamiji's teachings are very, very important. I once again congratulate Professor Sushim Dubeji for selecting this particular interesting topic. Congratulate the organizers and congratulate Professor Rameshwar Kanse, because he was constantly in touch with me and his entire team. And I also am extremely thankful for giving me this opportunity to have a dialogue with you all. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your...
Thank you so much, madam. After a long time, I have saw you and listened to you. It is a great honor to me.
Even same here. After a long time, I listened to you too. And it was a very enlightening talk. Thank you very much.
It was only my submission.
जोशी मॅडम,
Thank
जोशी
you.
मॅडम,
Thank you so much.
बोला बोला सर.
सुशील दुबेने आपल्या महाराष्ट्र तत्वज्ञान परिषदेसाठी जी रक्कम आता जी आहे ती वाढवण्याचा त्यांनी प्रयत्न केलेला आहे. त्याबद्दल मी त्यांचे मनापासून आभार मानतो.
हो, आपल्या सगळ्यांतर्फे आभार माना. आपण सगळे मराठी बोलणारे जे आहोत ना, त्या सगळ्यांतर्फे आभार आहे.
त्यांचे आभार मानतो की त्यांनी सुशील दुबे जो हमारे महाराष्ट्र तत्वज्ञान परिषद के लिए जो लर्निंग बढ़ाया है, वो मेन वो है कि जिन्होंने महाराष्ट्र तत्वज्ञान परिषद की धनराशि बढ़ाई है. इसलिए सब महाराष्ट्र तत्वज्ञान परिषद मराठी भाषिक की तरफ से आपको थैंक्स.
हमारा सबमिशन, फिर से हमारा सबमिशन सबको, हम्बल सबमिशन.
Thank you sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for an enthusiastic and dynamic chairperson's address. Thank you so much. Now we would move to the next session. So I would like to call upon Dr. Rameshwar Kanse to deliver the closing remarks.
Thank you, Sudhir sir. Thank you, Sudhir sir. Respected chairperson, esteemed speaker, distinguished guests, faculty, colleagues, and dear participants. It is my honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks for today's enlightening session, Webinar 10, a remarkable milestone in the Philosopher's World series hosted by MGM University. First and foremost, I express my heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished speaker, Professor Dr. Sushim Dubey, for his insightful and inspiring lecture on Swami Vivekananda, the revivalist of Vedanta and Indian spirituality. Your words not only deepened our philosophical understanding, but also stirred our inner quest for truth, harmony, and service. I extend sincere thanks to our chairperson, Dr. Shubhada Joshi, for your reflective concluding remarks. Your vast experience and deep philosophical clarity added great value to the session. A special word of thanks to Professor Dr. John Chaladurai, Dean, Faculty of Interdisciplinary Studies, MGM University, for the warm welcome and continued support to this initiative, and Dr. Supriya Sangvikar for a graceful and thoughtful introduction of the speaker. I also thank our ever enthusiastic anchor, Mr. Sudhir Karle, for smoothly conducting. Sudhir Karle is my colleague, faculty. I also thank him for smoothly conducting the session and our technical team for ensuring seamless experience. We are deeply grateful to all the participants, both regular and new, who joined us from different parts of the country and beyond. Your continued interest gives life to this series. Especially Dr. Sunil Datta Gaure, President, Maharashtra Tattvajnan Parishad, Dr. Anand Kumar Tripathi, Dr. Ved Prakash Dungavkar, Dr. Sarda Kumari, Dr. M.H. Gadvi, Dr. Bhausahib Devkate. Bhausahib Devkate is my close friend. Dr. Sudhir Kumar, Bharat from Taiwan. This is interesting. Bharat has joined from China. Sonu Kumar, he is a journalist. Engineer Deepak Tiwari, Akash Pawar, our social media handler, and Tausif Beg, social media manager. इनकी वजह से हमारा YouTube लाइव हो सका. रश्मि कोरानी from Karveer, Dr. Madhav N. Kamble from Maharashtra, Kunkhayab Paulzhang, I think he is from China, and Shivappa Kunkhayab. I don't sure that I recite or मैंने उनका नाम सही तरह से लिया है या नहीं, मुझे मालूम नहीं, प्रोनाउंस किया है नहीं. And last but not least, I acknowledge the visionary leadership of our Honorable Chancellor, Sri Ankush Rao Kadam, Vice Chancellor, Registrar, and the entire university administration for encouraging this academic platform to flourish. Let us carry forward the message of Swami Vivekananda to awaken ourselves and the world through fearless thought, spiritual unity, and purposeful living. With this, I formally conclude today's session. Thank you. Thank you all. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Dear participants, if you if you on your cameras so that we can take a group picture, so please make yourself visible here.
Recording stopped.
Thank you so much all. Thank you.
गबरी साहब विशेष धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद सर, आपके यहाँ मैं फैमिली के साथ आपके वहाँ पे आने वाला हूँ।
स्वागत है, स्वागत है।
हाँ,
मैडम का भी
Thank
स्वागत है,
you.
स्वागत है।
Thank you,
Thank you.
Professor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you very much for joining us and giving us a very well-informed, well-structured presentation. It has really encouraged us to go deep into the Vedanta. We will certainly pursue. Thank you.
दुबेजी,
शुभदा मॅडमना जवळून भेटायची संधी मिळाली. खूप वर्षापासून त्यांना भेटायचं होतं, बघता आलं, त्यांचं वक्तृत्व ऐकता आलं. एक छोटीशी ओळख सांगते. डॉक्टर शैलजा रानाडे माझी आत्या आणि अनुपमा डोंगरे या माझ्या मातोश्री. आणि सुधीर काळे सरांनी आणि आता ज्या सरांनी विवेचन केलं आणि दुबे सरांचं जे विस्तृत विवेचन वेदांवरचं, विवेकानंदांवरचं, उपनिषद, केनोपनिषद या सर्वांचं समग्र अभ्यास चित्रीकरण त्यांनी स्लाइड शो मार्फत जे आपणा सर्वांना दर्शविलं, ते या पाठीमागे नक्कीच एक व्यास असतात आणि कलियुगामधला व्यास जो आहे तो आपले विद्यार्थी निवडतो आणि त्या मार्फत ते सगळं विस्तृत विवेचन आपणा सर्वांपर्यंत पोहोचवतात. त्यामुळे आपणा सर्व वेद आचार्य यांच्या वतीने व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः हा नमस्कार मी दुबे सरांना समर्पित करते. धन्यवाद.
धन्यवादः रश्मि महोदया। भवत्याः अपि अहं स्वकीयं प्रणमामि, धन्यवादान् ददामि। धन्यवादः।
दुबे सर जी, हम दोनों सुभदा मैडम के घर गए थे, आपके घर आने वाले हैं।
स्वागत है, स्वागत है। आइए 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 आइए, मैडम का भी स्वागत है।
हमारे घर में भी फिर से आने का सौभाग्य हमें दीजिए। आइए फिर
आप भी
से।
हमारे घर कभी पैदा रहिए।
एकदा आलं म्हणजे संपलं नाही, परत परत यायचं.
अब तुम्ही पण या ना कधीतरी कल्याणला.
हा, येऊ नक्की येऊ.
आपण दुबे सरांनाच बोलवू काहीतरी कार्यक्रम ठेवून.
हो, चालेल.
हा,
धन्यवाद प्रोफेसर दुबे सर.
भेटूया.
हा, धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद शुभदा मॅडम.
हो, धन्यवाद कांसे सर, तुमच्यामुळे हे सगळं. तुम्ही सारखे टच मध्ये होतात ना.
तुम्ही स्वीकार केला आमच्या विनंतीचा, ही मोठी गोष्ट आहे. गौरे सर धन्यवाद.
कसे सर, थांबायचं नाही, चालू ठेवा.
हो, नको, बंद करूया आता. थँक्यू, नमस्ते.
ओके.
देवकाते सर नमस्कार. हा, म्यूट आहात तुम्ही. गौरे सर आहात का? जॉईन आहात का? देवकाते सर म्यूट आहात तुम्ही, तुमचा आवाज येत नाही. धन्यवाद तुम्हाला, तुमचा आवाज येत नाही देवकाते सर. ठीक आहे.